So Chris, Whitby Town getting the better of a young Sunderland side this evening. Just your thoughts on the performance?
Pleased with the scoreline. Obviously clean sheet, a couple of goals to the good. It was a game that we got a lot out of in terms of intensity. It was a different type of game to what maybe a Saturday afternoon would look like. A lot of ball retention, a lot of academy type football going on, and obviously we fell into that that type because we had to, because of the way the game dictated. Like you said, to come out and drop a couple of goals to the good was pleasing.
And obviously you found it last season when Sunderland ran pretty easily, then with a 3-0 scoreline, that these academy teams are often tricky to play against, aren't they?
They are, because, again, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't really represent what we do on a Saturday afternoon. It has similarities, but on the whole, it's very, very different. There isn't that type of possession, there isn't that type of risk-taking going on. And then when games are played in that nature, you concede territory, so you've got to oblige by getting on the ball and trying to make the play. It becomes very academy-like, and that's what it was, and that's what it had to be. But it was good for fitness levels, good, like you say, to get more minutes in people's tanks, which is pleasing. There's things that we learned from this evening, things that we go away and we'll work on. Like you say, positives to take from it.
And looking at the second half, that's when both Whitby's goals came, and the first one well worked. And do you think that perhaps the second half and the result in the end was sort of more experience overcoming in the end?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. We didn't really get into stride in the first 45. I think we used the ball better in the second 45, got the ball into wide areas, and it naturally allowed the game to open up on the back of it. And we scored a couple of good goals, which, like you say, was pleasing. Winning games of football is pleasing, it's good for confidence, but again, it's just being mindful of where we are in terms of pre-season. Another 4 games to go, 4 real tough tests to come. So again, we'll just keep making the strides that we need to be right come the 19th.
And in the first half as well, Shane Bland going off injured at one point, replaced by Dan Dixon, and obviously coming back on the second half, so that's positive and hopefully nothing too serious there.
Yeah, he's had some bad reaction in his ankle that seemed to disappear when he came to the park, so as soon as we could, we got him back on the field and got him his valuable game time.
And just looking ahead now, it's back at home on Saturday against Mask United side. A lot of former Whitby players in there, so it's something that you'll know about a lot.
Yeah, it's same with Saturday, wasn't it? With Stockton Town, a lot of former Whitby players there. Yeah, it gives a little bit of spice, but from our point of view, it's making sure that we keep making the strides that we need to, like you say, be right come the start of the season.
And once again, it'll be a very different sort of game to what comes against tonight as well.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, 2 proper non-league sides with maybe a slight hint of academy football now and again, but certainly not to the extent that we've seen this evening. It'll be a good competitive non-league game of football.
Oh, thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.